Hey, what's up you guys? It's Annie back with another video helping you to turn your YouTube channel into a success. Now before I get into today's video, I want to say a huge massive thank you for 80,000 subscribers on my channel. That is absolutely insane. I am so overwhelmed with so many different emotions, but over top everything, I feel so grateful to have you guys. So grateful for all of your support and your love and everything you guys give me on a day-to-day basis. I could not be more grateful or love you any more possible. So thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys so much. So in today's video, I am helping you guys with taking apart and understanding the YouTube algorithm as a small YouTuber in 2021. Because I feel like the algorithm is made out to be this super complex, overwhelming, hard to understand, almost like monster of sorts. And as a newer, smaller YouTuber, it is very often very easy to feel like the algorithm is almost out to get you, or it is purposely rejecting your videos and keeping you from growing, which I promise you it isn't. And by understanding how the 2021 YouTube algorithm actually works, and by understanding the only 3 factors you need to consider as a YouTuber, you, a small YouTuber or even a bigger YouTuber, can totally outrun and manipulate the YouTube algorithm to get your channel explosive growth in 2021. And that is exactly what I'm going to walk you guys through in this video. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, I hope it helps you, and I hope this is step number 1 in a whole lot of growth on your channel in 2021. So first of all, how do I even know in the first place that these are the 3 different factors YouTube's algorithm is looking for in the first place? Well, because YouTube told me themselves. See, on every single one of the videos that have blown up on my channel in the last year, I've gotten pop-ups like this one and this one in my analytics, basically telling me exactly why the algorithm picked up these videos in specific on my channel and why and where all these views came from in the first place. And in every single one of these pop-up messages, no matter which traffic source on YouTube the viewers actually came from, the reasoning behind why the algorithm picked up these videos is the same every single time. So why have these videos in particular blown up on my channel, and why did the algorithm pick these videos? Number 1, because when the video was recommended to them, the viewers clicked onto the video. The video interested the viewers and they clicked onto it, better known as CTR and or click-through rate, which I'll get more into in just a minute. And then secondly, because of how long the average viewer watched the video for, better known as watch time, session time, or average view duration. And then at the bottom of every one of these little pop-up messages, YouTube always says, helping to increase its reach. Translation, basically telling you this is why the algorithm picked up this video and this is why your video got a crazy amount of views. So when you upload a video to YouTube, the YouTube algorithm looks for 3 different things. Number 1, it's going to look at the metadata of your video in your titles, your description box, and your tags to figure out what the video is about and to find the perfect audience and viewers for your video. Secondly, it's going to look at the click-through rate of your video. And then thirdly, it's going to look at the average view duration, better known as session time, of your video. So with factor number 1, metadata. When you upload a video to YouTube, you have to fill your tags, your titles, and description box full of keywords. You don't want to be leaving your description empty or saying something like, hope you enjoy the video, or just plugging a bunch of your social media platforms, because that tells YouTube's algorithm absolutely nothing about what your video is about. And that will not help you get views, it's actually going to keep you from getting views. According to an interview with a real YouTube employee, he recommended that the description of your video has at least 200 words in it that tells your viewers and the algorithm what your video is about. So for this video here, I would use a title like How to Beat the Algorithm or Understanding the Algorithm as a New YouTuber. Then I fill my tag box with tags like Beat the Algorithm, How to Grow on YouTube, How to Grow on YouTube as a Small YouTuber, and things like that. And then in the description box, I write a very long, lengthy, and very detailed description about the video, telling YouTube's algorithm this is what the video is about, these are the keywords of the video, so that YouTube's algorithm can look at the metadata of my video, figure out what the video is about, and serve my video to the perfect audience that is more likely to watch that video, which is one of the most important steps to growing on YouTube. And I guarantee you, if you look at any video on the face of YouTube that is not growing or not getting views, you're going to see a stunning lack of metadata because it really is that important. So then secondly, we have click-through rate. So if you go into the analytics of any one of your videos in YouTube Studio and then go over into the reach tab, it is going to show you the impressions, meaning how many times your video has been shown to somebody on YouTube. Then it's going to show you the total views, meaning how many people have seen the video on YouTube and clicked to actually watch the video. And then the click-through rate, meaning what percentage of the impressions actually turned into views, meaning what percentage of people saw your video on YouTube and clicked to actually watch the video. So now what your click-through rate is going to tell the algorithm is we're pushing out videos on YouTube, are people actually clicking onto the video? And whether whether or not people are actually clicking onto your video and watching it when YouTube is recommending and pushing out your video is going to have a direct effect on whether or not YouTube continues to push out your video. Now, that does not mean that your click-through rate has to be 100% or 50% or even 10%. You can't expect every single person who sees your video on YouTube to want to watch it, and neither can the algorithm. But according to statistics, the typical above average CTR is 2%, and in around 5% is stellar, and then in around 10% or above 10% is incredible. So if you want to have a click-through rate that tells YouTube your video is worth pushing out, you want to have your CTR around 2, 3, or 4%. But essentially what CTR does come down to is your thumbnails and your titles. If you have a really crappy looking or bad quality thumbnail, chances are that is not going to make people want to click onto your video and watch it. Same thing with the title. If somebody reads the title of your video and it is not enticing or doesn't make them want to watch the video, that is going to result in an impression that did not turn into a view, which makes your CTR decrease. So a massive part of beating and manipulating the algorithm is creating thumbnails and titles for your videos that entices people to click onto them and improves your CTR. And unfortunately, there is no good or bad or right or wrong style of thumbnails or titles. You just have to do a whole bunch of experimenting and trial and error to figure out what works for you, what gets you clicks, and what doesn't get you clicks. But definitely, while you do not have to have a massively super high CTR, having a CTR rate that does tell YouTube's algorithm, hey, people are clicking onto this video, they are watching this video, is going to help you to have YouTube pushing out your videos and helping you grow on YouTube. And then the third piece of the puzzle is watch time, better known as session time or average view duration. So formerly, it has been very commonly thought by creators, including myself, that audience retention way outweighed watch time, meaning it was much more important to the algorithm what percentage of your video the average viewer was watching than how long the average person was watching your video. But we are actually coming to learn now that while having a super high audience retention is never going to hurt your video in the eyes of the algorithm's main goal is to keep up session time and keep people on YouTube watching for as long as possible. Therefore, it is far more important how long the average person is watching your video, staying on your video, and staying on your channel, which is why on the analytics of every one of your videos, you're going to see the average view duration, which tells you how long the average person is watching your video for, and then underneath that, the total watch time of the video. Therefore, if you have a 5-minute video or a 10-minute video and the average viewer on your video can't get past the first minute or even the first 30 seconds of your video, that indicates to YouTube that the content of this video is not keeping people watching, and therefore this video is not really worth pushing out on YouTube, and they're much better off pushing out a different video that has a much higher session time. So now let's look at this in a more physical sense with a diagram. So I upload my video to YouTube. The first cluster of viewers my video is going to reach are my subscribers, whether that is in their subscription box or on the recommended page. So once the algorithm has shown my video to that first cluster of people, it is going to look for those two metrics we just talked about, being CTR and session time. So if, as my subscribers are watching the video they've just been shown, they're giving the video a pretty solid click-through rate and a pretty solid session time, that basically sets off a green light to the algorithm, basically saying, yep, this is a great video, let's push it out further. At which point the algorithm finds other clusters of viewers that typically like the same kind of content as my subscribers, and it's going to show my video to those other clusters of people, and then their CTR and their session time is going to be either another green light or a red light. If their click-through rate and their session time gives the algorithm a red light, that's pretty much where your video dies and stops being pushed out. But if yet again those viewers' session time and click-through rate gives the algorithm a green light, then your video gets given to another cluster of people, then another cluster, and another cluster, until your video eventually blows up and gets explosive views and growth. And that is how your videos can very easily trigger the algorithm and blow up on YouTube. So that, you guys, is essentially how the algorithm works on YouTube in 2021, and that is how you guys can have your videos and your channel very easily blow up on YouTube if they follow the right guidelines and the right statistics. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful and taught you something new you maybe didn't know before, and I hope it was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all to the moon and back, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!